Howdy golfers, Guru back with you. I'm going to hitchhike along there. You remember I wanted to meet Bobby's father, Bill Tracy, the world's greatest golf instructor. Said so right on his business card. And so I went to Doral when Bobby played with Hank Keeney, and I watched Bill give a lesson. Bill's first student came over and introduced himself, and he says, Bill, he said, do you want me to hit some balls so you know the way I hit them? And Bill said, no. He said, I just ate. He said, I don't want to get upset to my stomach or nothing watching you golf. He said, I beg your pardon? Bill said, you don't need to hit no shots. I already know how they go. He said, how can you know how my shots go if you never seen me hit any? Well, Bill said most of them go like this, over to the right. He said some of them go straight to the right, then even further to the right. He said some of them go in a line drive right out to the right. He says some of them dribble down to the right, some of them pop up to the right, some of them do the same things to the left. He says some of them go snap hooking, some of them just hook big, some of them boomerang hooks, some of them go boom, some of them go bloop 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 down to the ground, some of them hit like low screamers, but every once in a while, every blue moon, one of them will go right up the middle, and then you know what you think? You think, I got it! No, I got it! Oh man, I got it! That's all I gotta do. You see what you're like? You're like a guy in his neighborhood bar sitting on the end stool. Unbeknownst to him, some lonely girl from California who's kind of a oversexed woman has decided that she's going to punish her boyfriend for his infidelities by having a little fun herself, and she walks into that neighborhood bar. There you are on your end stool, and she walks over and taps you on the shoulder. She says, hey, big fella, how'd you like to have some fun? You cash out and head for her house. Next morning you go home and she leaves back for California, but for the rest of your life, you sit on that end bar stool every night thinking, this is my lucky stool. That'll happen to me again. It's going to happen any time now. It's got to happen again because this here's my lucky stool. Well, it never happens again, or very rarely ever happens. You see, you're an optimistic fella if you think you got it when one goes up the middle, kind of like them guys that use Cialis for everyday use. Me, myself, I think I use it for biannual use. My birthday and our anniversary. Rest of the time, you know, it's mostly begging and pleading, like you beg and plead for your golf balls to go straight after you hit them. Now, you'll find out that you really don't know as much about golf as you think you do. He said, now I'm going to show you how to take a grip here. The guy said, no, I feel a lot more comfortable with grip over here like that. I like to hold it like this. Bill said, I'll see you. He said, what? He said, you ain't going to hold it right. You can't hit it right. And if you ain't going to hold it right and you can't hit it right, why should I be here wasting my time? I got a life and things to do. If you ain't going to hold it the way I tell you, I don't want nothing to do with you. I said, well, I'll be dogged. He said, all right, I'll try to hold it that way. And I watched Bill give a lesson. I was pretty darn impressed with the way he did it. So I made an appointment to see him later on that afternoon. In case he changed his mind, didn't want to teach a hacker like me, you know what I mean? That afternoon I showed up to get my first lesson from Bill Tracy. I said, Bill, I see you're the world's greatest golf instructor, it says here right on your business card, huh? He said, yes, I am, but it's not what I say, it's what my students say. He said, I have a tremendous success of teaching golf with almost everybody that comes to see me. That's why I put on my card, the world's greatest golf instructor. I'm not the humblest golf instructor in the world, but maybe them other guys got a lot to be humble about. I really don't. I think humility is an overrated virtue. I said, okay, whatever you want, Bill. I said, what do you want to do? I said, should I set up and show you how I address the ball? He said, sure, if that'll make you happy, go on ahead. I set up and, should I swing? He said, yeah, go ahead, swing. I took a couple real beautiful swings, nice and slow, accelerating, doing the best job I possibly could of swinging that golf club. Bill said, okay, let's see how you swing when somebody's watching and when you ain't trying to impress me. How do you actually swing? I said, Bill, I didn't come here to take this kind of abuse. He said, where do you usually go? I said, I stay home. I'm married for many years. He said, I know where you're coming from. Anyway, I took a couple of cuts and I said, Bill, are you going to videotape me? He said, why? Are you trying to get on America's Funniest Home Videos? I said, no. I said, I was watching that other guy. He said, he's a real corker, wasn't he, that guy I had in the morning? He said, well, so typical. He said, the guy's like, he's got brand new, great big bag, a humongous golf bag, got all brand new clubs. He said, ain't got a clue of what to do with them. Like a man with a baby grand piano who ain't never had a piano lesson, and if he did try to play the piano, he'd play it nice and stiff like this. He wouldn't be smooth and easy like Liberace. So I'll tell you what, you can't learn golf too easy out of a book, and you can't learn playing the piano out of a book at all. I said, well, Bill, I said, how are we going to go about this? He said, well, I'm going to show you a little drill here. He showed me this drill where I held up the club, and he showed me how my hands should be not going back and forth like this, but they should be going up and down like this, and the club should be releasing by me just letting it go, letting it just chop down through the ball very simply. I did exactly the way Bill told me. When I hit my first real golf shot, it was like a miracle in front of my face. I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen nothing like it. That ball rocketed off the club face. I had a 6-iron. I hit it about 175 yards with a very easy, simple, hardly trying swing. I went, oh my Lord, I want to do that again. They'll say, go ahead. I did it again. Then I did it again. Then I flubbed up a couple times, then I did it again. And I started doing it pretty regular. All afternoon I did it. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a joke. I wanted to make sure this was for real. I wasn't dreaming. This was me hitting them kind of golf shots right there at a golf course. It was wonderful. It was like a transformation in my whole life. I suddenly believed I could play golf. I suddenly understood what golf was all about. I knew what to do, and I knew how to do it. Now all I had to do was kind of groove it, get a little more refined so that I could just let that club go. Not have nothing on my mind, a nice blank mind, as Sam Snead said, and a body that's loosey-goosey. When I got home that night, I told my son and my wife, I says, you ain't gonna believe the way I played golf today. It was unbelievable. It was the most beautiful thing you ever seen. I loved it. I ate breakfast. I ate supper fast as I could. Then I went out to a field behind my house at the local schoolyard. I hit a few more wedges until it got so dark I couldn't hit them anymore. Then I went to sleep, but I could barely sleep. I was so excited. I was so happy. I couldn't wait. In the morning I got up, I had me some breakfast, and I headed straight for the course. Make sure I didn't forget it overnight. I hadn't. I knew how to do it. Oh, I'm not saying I did it perfect every single time. But the times I did do it right were some of the best times of my life. And driving to that golf course, I reminisced about my past. How I'd come from a hopeless hacker to finally knowing the secrets of golf. And I thought of all that money I had spent on all them gimmicks and gizmos that never did nothing for me. And I thought of all that dough I handed over to my local golf professionals that teach me, and they taught me nothing. They hindered me. They hurt me. Everything they told me mostly was wrong. It was so easy the way Bill showed me to stand. It was so easy the way he showed me to set up. It was so easy the way he showed me how easy to swing. It was so easy to let the club just release through the ball and aim a little ahead of the ball. It was a miracle. I couldn't believe it. Now, since I've been lousy for a long, long time, I was already pretty good at chipping and putting. You add that to me being actually able to play golf now? Now we're talking some good golf. After I had enough time for all this to sink in, I was shooting golf in the low 70s consistently, and now, at my age, I am shooting golf in the mid-60s more often than you would think possible for a man my age. I really haven't lost all that much distance, because if you combine technology with the right technique, it's amazing how far it'll go and how little effort it takes for it to do it. The balls and the club pretty much do it on their own. You just go along for the ride. Like your arms take a free fall and your club just releases through the ball. After that, I decided I was going to pay it forward. I promised myself that someday I would teach others in exactly the way that Bill taught me. That I was going to let the secrets of golf be common knowledge for common folk, so they could have the same fun and excitement that playing great golf gives to the professional golfers who play on the tours or in tournaments all the time. Some are better than others at golf. Some got better eye-hand coordination, and some got a lot more time and dedication to put into consistent practice over and over, striking millions, literally, of golf balls. But I can show you the sensible way to learn golf. The simple, sensible way to learn to swing using your own unique natural golf swing that God gave you. And it's easy, folks. There ain't nothing to it. Not only that, it's the safest way you can possibly play. You're not going to end up with artificial hips and a busted knee, torn ACLs, lower back, lumbar problems. You're not going to tax yourself that hard. But you are going to start whooping up on everybody you know. You're going to be a winner in your group. I thanked Bill, and you'll thank me. Come and join us at Drop and Shop. Let me show you what we can do for you. Let me tell you the secrets of golf that Bill shared with me. Bill's passed on now. He's in those great fairways in the sky. I hope he's teeing it up someplace in an alternate universe on the course of the Masters. And I hope he's shooting under par, because he sure does deserve it. He changed my life, and I'd like to try to help change yours. See you later. Bye now.